The Gauteng Education Department has given Rangata Attorneys 5 days to conclude the investigation into the suicide of Khehlekile Primary School pupil Sibusiso Mbatha. The 12-year-old hanged himself last week, allegedly after being bullied for being gay. Our reporter Hloni Mtimkulu following that story for us today. She's with us now, and a tough story to talk about, Hloni. I mean, just 12-year-old taking their own lives because of being bullied for being gay in 2023 in a school, for that matter. But tell us, this investigation that is now underway, how long should it take? I just read that they've been given 5 days.
Yes, Bredan. So the Provincial Department of Education said that initially last week they had said that they will launch an internal investigation to find out what happened. Then they went to the family, and having gone to the family, having heard the allegations the family had made, because they had heard from Sibusiso that this was going on and this is why he was deciding to take his life, from that WhatsApp that his mom was sent, and then realizing that these are allegations that go back to the second term, Britain, where this teacher was doing this, that the department then decided that an internal investigation would not be enough, that they should set up an independent investigation so that it's a neutral person that's coming in, so that it's a fair process that's coming in, that it's not about finger pointing, but trying to understand what happened, trying to verify the allegations that were made, you know. So
yeah, and this is quite serious. I mean, the MEC was on the ground today.
He was, Bredan, and this is what he was explaining, that we wanted an independent process just to go through this, because he says he understands that there could be collusion of some sort, and so give external people the opportunity to come in and to sort it all out and to see what happened. But let's hear from the MEC, Madume Chilwane, in terms of this investigation.
That's why we have appointed the law firm to assist us. We don't want to respond to who said what, where, without any form of evidence. You know, we want facts to determine the truth, and that's why we've brought the independent law firm. We don't want our own internal investigation, because I said to them last week that I know sometimes officials can protect each other and mitigate. You know, so we want the raw info to come forward and deal with it, so that we know if what had happened and what was written by our child to the parent prior is then action will be taken. As you know, the accused educator has been moved from the school now until the investigation is done, and then we'll take a decision from then on as to what we do with the teacher.
Okay, and then Rangata Attorneys, in my interest, said they've been appointed and they've got those 5 days, as you were saying earlier. You spoke to them as well?
Yes, we did, but I just want to pick up briefly on what the MEC was saying, that the teacher has now been removed. Initially, the teacher had come into the family and said to the family that I did say these things, but it was said casually. He didn't realize that it would be such a big thing to the learner, you know. So you can imagine the sort of dynamics around all of this situation. But Rangata Attorneys are given 5 days. Today was meant to be day one. They were meant to be meeting with the family, with the school, with the SGP, just to outline how this whole process is going to work out. They did say we're not sure if we're going to need much longer than the 5 days or not, but as an initial period, this is what they're going to be doing. They will be coming into the school on Wednesday to talk to the learners that they've identified that they need to talk to the family as well, to get an understanding kind of what happened. And then from there, they will have this report with the recommendations to the department in terms of what happens. But let us hear from the Rangata Attorneys, one of the directors there, in terms of this investigation, Bredan.
We are given 5 days. At this point in time, it's difficult to say we'll seek extension, but you can't say I will not seek or I will, but we want to keep to this 5-day process. Why? Because this is an issue that touches everybody. It's not only this community, it's not only the brand GDE, but it's the whole country where learners are placed in a school which is a place of safety, and there's an allegation that something happened. So we want to provide answers so that there's no speculation, so that there are no stories that are competing in the media and in the communities. So basically that's what was going to happen. And once the report has been received, it will then follow the process of being processed by the department.
I mean, Hloni, to say the family is gutted could be an understatement.
Quite the understatement, but then it's only been a week since Busiso's passing. The way it unfolded last week, that left a bit of a bitter taste to them, because it seems that it wasn't initially reported to the provincial department, that it seems the school, the SGB, tried to make light of it. The family, the mom, Bumi, says that she was asked by the officials that came, why didn't you report the bullying earlier? And she said it made her seem as if she was guilty for not doing something earlier. But she says, why would I want to interfere in the school process? Because then I'm going to seem like an interfering parent who doesn't want my child disciplined, you know? So that they weren't happy about that. They weren't happy that they were seeing statements on social media before the department, the provincial department that had come to them, you know? So, and there were promises that were made to them once the department did come to them. And so they've been very unhappy with it. There were issues that needed to be ironed out between the family and the department and the school as well. And so some of that has been allayed, but there is still some mistrust, I would say.
Yeah, but you can't blame the parent for not reporting bullying when you at school as a teacher, you must make sure there's no bullying.
In the first place.
It's first place, it's the responsibility of the teacher in the school.
Yeah, and actually we spoke to some learners around the school, and this particular teacher is said to be known to be a teacher who makes comments or who is not really nice in instances. So it's not the first time, I think, he is known, this teacher, to be, you know, to make comments and to be this way. But let us hear from the family of Sibusiso Mbatha in terms of how they are feeling, Britain, about what has been happening.
I'm not happy with the department because they promised us a lot of things. They say they're going to help us with the burial and everything, but they didn't do a lot of things. They only gave us food as a family. So everything we did on our own. So even now, I don't have trust in them. I don't believe that they're going to help us with anything. Because as a person, you have to prove yourself at the first time. So if they didn't prove themselves at the beginning, now how can we trust them? We don't have trust as a family, and we are not happy. So I don't want to make them happy, whereas we are not happy. So I'm not happy, and I don't believe in anything. So we have to see what they're going to do now. Yes. That's what I wanted to say.
That's the uncle there of the Mbatha family, Sibusiso Mbatha, 12-year-old, hanging himself last week. He was at the Khehlekile Primary School. And now the investigation is underway. The teacher has been removed for now while the investigation goes on, carried by Rangata Attorneys. We'll keep tabs on that story. It's a very important story because bullying, it really is bad, can get bad. And for a teacher to be accused of bullying to this level, unbelievable stuff.